For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it, our opinions is great. When everything we moving now in the state, turn us on. If the feeling is right, every opinion now comes from the heart. No time we move with a part. We in the radio, it's wrestling. Time's aggression. Here is the feeling in the pool.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with a recap of the biggest party of the summer, hailing live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. The microphone was signed. Phillip and Brandon along with the Canadian Destroyer, Brandon Tanguma. We're here. We're here, man. Things happen. Titles have changed hands. Sagas have ended. The next big thing has been anointed. What's up, man?
Doing well. We're here. We're back to do a pay-per-view recap. 2 nights, SummerSlam. A lot of stuff to talk about. An interesting card. A pivotal point in wrestling, or at least in WWE, because, the ticket sales were not the best. And we'll see where WWE goes from here. And probably will not be seeing a big Minnesota card for the foreseeable future.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Well, let's get into it, man.
Yep. So, talked a little about it. Night 1 had 36,000 allegedly, and then night 2 had 33,000 for a grand total of 69,000. Nice. 769. Nice. Kind of strange that night 1 outdrew night 2, but if you kind of looked on paper, I thought night 1 was like clearly the stronger card because I think Cody Punk and Oba Brock were probably the 2 top matches, and they put them on both night 1. So.
Hey, night 2 was incredible.
I thought they shot it cheekfully. It looked solid. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of tarped off areas, but they didn't announce any attendance, no figure, no even like bullshit figure. So I think WWE kind of showed their hand that they were not very pleased with the outcome. But I think this is a lot of chickens coming home to roost of maybe storylines not being the greatest, and also them charging out the wazoo for tickets.
Well, let's get into it. The first match.
Night 1. Yep. We had Liv Morgan taking on and defending her world championship up against Io Sky. Match went 13 minutes, 35 seconds. A little bit of Judgment Day interference, but it didn't completely play into the finish with Liv Morgan getting the win and retaining. I thought the match was solid. It was a fun opener. I think people obviously love Io. They want to see her win. Came up short.
I love the finish. It hits Oblivion. Io's doing her emote gimmick, and then gets code broken, sells over to the rope, gets hit with another Oblivion. Definitive win by Liv Morgan. And she went on the post show, and they were like, "Yeah, you've been champion for over 100 days. Your first defense." And her rebuttal, you don't have to defend the title as much when you're as great as I am, or something like that. Overall, just a great opener. A lot of people were like, "Oh, that's the match of the weekend already." But there was a lot of very good wrestling on this card.
I wouldn't say it was the best match of the night, but it was definitely a strong opener, kind of what an opener I think should be. It had a lot of energy. The crowd was behind the
Get into it, man. Give
baby
them
faces.
your thoughts.
I thought it was a good match. I was fairly surprised. Liv has her ups and downs, I think, in ring, and Io is...
Bro, she's a ring general. What are you talking about?
That'd be Gunther.
See, you don't watch Unreal, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Triple H anointed her a ring general. You have to...
I think Io Sky is probably the best wrestler, man or female, in WWE. I think just every big-time match she has, she always delivers, and this was no exception. A little disappointed that she lost, so I feel like I always say this. I want them to do more with Io, but now the Judgment Day has both championships, and Raw, we kind of saw where the direction they're going with that, and no Io really to be seen. So, it is what it is, but Liv continues on, and we'll see what she does with that. Then we had the 6-man tag match with the LA Knight, Sol Sikoa, and Royce Keys taking on the Bloodline, Fatu, and the Usos. Only went 11 minutes. I thought the match was not that great, but I thought kind of the story they told was pretty good. And also I think the star of the show was probably Solo Sikoa. I mean, he was out there, he was emoting, he was doing the yeets, he was just all over the place. This was like the most charisma, most personality I think we've ever really seen from Solo, and the crowd was getting into him. So I thought,
Yeah, man, I want to talk about that. I mean, Solo was on the WWE Now podcast right after with Sam Roberts, and he was saying like if he had done this right when he got there, then he probably would have been dead in the water, man. It took being the solo kill, pun intended, solo silent killer for Roman, and then evolving into the tribal chief character in the MFTs, and then doing what he's doing right now, man. So yeah, a lot of good stuff, bro. I love the Usos and Jacob's entrance. I thought that was fun. The power slam over the barricade with Royce Keys and Jacob was tight. Um, I thought for sure like it was done, but LA Knight kicked out. I thought that was good. Solo just doing Jay's thing, running it back and all of it. I mean, the crowd ate him up. And then when I thought they're gonna hit that one and done, we're done. Nope. Solo out of nowhere spiked to Jimmy, and then Jay took that gnarly BFT for the 1-2-3, and then Solo and LA Knight hugging it out, put the tag titles on the boys. Team Hell No version 2, yes sir.
yeah, like I said, match wasn't in ring, wasn't anything special, but I thought the story they told and kind of setting things up for the future was definitely a positive. So two, I would say, thumbs up to start the show. Then we had Gunther and Nick Aldis. We had Oasis playing for Nick Aldis. He comes out. This one goes 11:40, and Gunther wins via submission. I thought the match was perfectly fine. I thought they were maybe getting somewhere kind of towards the end, and then kind of an abrupt submission finish, very similar to another match on night two that we'll talk about. But Nick Aldis was never like the greatest wrestler in the world in terms of in ring.
What do you
So
mean? He was the NWA World
I mean, I'm just, and he's no 20-star Tokyo
Champion.
Dome Classic. He's gonna get, I think him and Nigel McGuinness are gonna kind of get some similarities in terms of like making a return, but they're different. Nick Aldis is much younger. I didn't realize he's 39. So like,
Yeah, bro, that was another thing. I was like, so he was in TNA like 21 straight up, like when he was running as Magnus and everything. Like, yeah, I didn't realize we were that close in age to this guy. Hey man, look, he was on Chris Van Vliet's podcast, tearing up about this opportunity. This is the one thing he's ever wanted. He got it, man. Regardless of whatever, man. Just shout out to brother. He fought for a dream and he finally got it, dude. I loved it, man. I thought it did what it needed to do, and then he took the loss. Now he's back to being the general manager. So
yeah, it looks like he's pretty much done. I mean, it's not like a end note, like a retirement. There's no stipulation, but he could come back and wrestle like a Sami Zayn or kind of another heel like that. But it was a good send off. Mickey James came into the ring, his son came into the ring, and they all had like their little moment. And for someone who doesn't know anything outside of WWE, probably was like strange for Nick or to see Nick Aldis because he did all these different things. He's married to Mickey James. They don't really talk about that. But yeah, like you said, it hit all the right notes. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was exactly what I think it should have been. And you could have given him a little bit more, but in this day and age with the commercials and everything, they kind of stuck to the 3 hours.
How long did this go?
11 minutes. So basically everything went about 11 minutes outside of the main event and then kind of the women's matches.
Okay. Right.
They went a little bit over and a little bit under. Speaking of the women's matches, we had the 6-woman tag team match with Fatal Influence taking on the Bella Twins and Paige. Clear low point of the show, unfortunately, but crowd didn't really care. This was kind of a last minute thrown together match.
Brother, you can look, but you can't touch. Hold on now.
I mean, shout out to was it Fallon Henley? They did the Bella Twins turn. The internet loved that. Respectfully, of course. 7:30 was the total time on this one. I mean, really nothing to say. Crowd was dead. Unfortunately, Brie Bella looks like she hurt her shoulder sometime during the match. Yeah, so we lose one Bella, we get one back, and then we just immediately lose the other one.
Heel turn. There was a Bella's heel turn.
Yeah. They attack Paige, and we're getting Nikki Bella and Paige, the big 2-6. Cannot wait.
But hey, you know who's gonna show up though.
Big AJ. Big Boom AJ.
Oh.
Boom. But yeah, crowd did not care. I mean, they gave him like an obligatory like boo when they turned on her, but Yeah, this happened. God bless him. Well, I was gonna say no one got hurt, so I can ask for it, but Brie Bella got hurt, so
Hey,
yeah.
you leave them alone. Bella Twins. This is the reason why they're Hall of Famers, man. How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it has nothing
And
to
one
do
of
with
them's married to your guy. Like, how dare you?
my goat. Shout out Bryan Danielson. Need him back on the AEW commentary booth. Then the penultimate match, the WWE Championship. CM Punk defending against Cody Rhodes. We had a bunch of matches, or every match was sponsored by something. This one was Street Fighter, and they did a cool little kind of video game entrance select screen. Cody, obviously being in the movie, he came out with the specialized helmet, and Punk comes out with the Minnesota North Stars homage. A lot of Minnesota homages on the trunks and everything throughout the night. And they go 30 minutes and 10 seconds, and it was solid. Both of these guys, similar to Nick, CM Punk in his heyday, but Punk is a little past the prime now, unfortunately. But I thought it was good work.
What do you mean, bro?
The moonsault was something.
It was
from
a
Punk.
Terry Funk moonsault.
He almost landed square on Cody's head, but it
Isn't that
was
how
a
Terry Funk was
moonsault.
landing them back in the day?
It God bless him. And then Punk also did the try to jump from the turnbuckle to the outside on the announce table. He landed on his knees and slid across and did not land very gracefully, but that's our boy Punky Brewster. And then we get the return of Randy Orton. He comes in, RKO's Randy after we got a ref bump. Punk nowhere to be seen, so it wasn't like they were in cahoots or he was in favor of any of this. He didn't see what happened. He comes out, then hits a GTS for the win. Good match, but seeing what the finish was, it was understandable why the this one was not the main event. But finish did kind of take it down a little bit for me. I was kind of really enjoying it for the ending, and then the finish did kind of let the air out the balloon.
That's all right, man. They're just gonna. They gave us a taste of it. Eventually, it's going to be a drag out fight, 1-on-1, and then we'll get a definitive winner.
So this one goes 30 minutes. Obviously, Punk or Roman Seth went 30 minutes as well. Do you think they should have shaved off some time for either? I mean, I think both of them. I think both matches probably could have taken off 5 to 7 minutes and given to some other matches. I think if you gave Gunther and Aldis 5 more minutes, I think it probably could have been a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, it's I didn't. I watched it live at the Grand Temple Arena at the Oasis Pro Watch Party. Yeah, no, they didn't. It didn't feel that long as you're going through it, probably because you're having side conversations and whatnot. But yeah, I feel like Gunther and then when 11, I feel like they could have went 16.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is just kind of the after effects of the commercials and them kind of being a strict time frame. They both shows clocked in at maybe 3 hours and 5 minutes. So, and I think the match card time ways is pretty similar. Yeah, just kind of looking at the card. But yeah, anything else on Punk Rhodes? Obviously, they are going to move on in different directions with Cody and Randy, and then Punk, and who ended up winning in night 2 for the number 1 contendership.
Yeah. Nothing else. I mean, shout out to Randall Keith coming back. So I think we're gonna officially get the real Cody Randy of it all. There's no Pat McAfee. I think they're gonna make it up to us.
What should have happened? Then main event: Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. This one also goes 11 minutes and 40 seconds, and it was what it should be. The crowd was hot for it. I do think the Hell in a Cell gimmick, the structure.
Yeah, it was a street fight inside Hell in the Cell. They didn't really even use the cage like that.
I did think it kind of hampered them a little bit. I mean, even the live experience, it's always hard to see the cage, and it's already hard in a stadium regardless. And then you put a cage in front of them to make it a little harder. So I understand why, because Hell in a Cell is WWE's kind of final boss gimmick that they've protected quite a bit now that they don't do the every year pay-per-view. But to be honest, I didn't think this match needed it. I think you could have maybe just done a street fight or no holds barred or something, and it could have. Not saying it would have been much different. Like you said, I think if you just take the Hell in a Cell out of it, it would have been the exact same style of match. But I thought the gimmick kind of hindered the match overall. But it still was. It did what it was there to do. put over Oba strong. He kicked out of the tombstone on the bear wood.
Yeah.
And hits the what I almost said end of days. It's the what's his
Fall of
power?
Grace.
The fall of grace. And do you think he was supposed to powerbomb Brock on the wood, or
I think so, but he just like he was short. But I mean, it's whatever. Yeah. And then I mean, Brock Lesnar breaking it, saying this is the past, and this is the future. So the passing of the torch, the tip of the cap, by the Beast incarnate to Obafemi. I saw Roman Reigns put out a thing. Thank you, Brock Lesnar, on his IG. So I haven't seen anything. Have they announced that Brock is officially done?
I mean, they ran a video package on Raw. I
Look,
saw something on like the internet like saying it's official, but it was not like an official source by any means. It was, I don't know if it was speculation or what's this hullabaloo, but I mean, if that was, God bless him. But just remember, there is a Saudi payday around the corner at WrestleMania.
yeah. Uh, yeah, man. I mean, you never know with Brock Lesnar. The Beast Incarnate's going to do whatever he does. But I mean, the greatest combat athlete to ever live. I mean, NCAA champ, IWGP champ, UFC champ, WWE champ. Quick little stint with the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? One of the best to ever do it. Yeah, shout out to the Beast. I never got to see him live. That's kind of my one in my fandom. That's kind of my one caveat. I saw him like live in person, like segments and stuff, but I never got to see a Brock Lesnar match live. And I was kind of kicking myself at that. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I've been lucky enough. I've seen him a few times. I mean, historical matches too. I saw him kill John Cena. Saw him in the WrestleMania 31 with the cash in. I even saw one of my dream matches, Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan back at Survivor Series.
That was in LA, huh? Yeah.
Good times. But night one overall, Phillip, what would you give night one of SummerSlam?
Yeah, B. It's cool.
Yeah, I'll give it a B plus. I thought it was a solid show. I thought everything kind of delivered. Obviously, kind of the women's tag match was kind of the one low point, but I thought everything else was pretty solid, and it was an enjoyable show. And I'll say with caveat, I'll put these with curves. Like an AEW show, B plus, a little different than a WWE show, B plus, because obviously,
bro, I heard your redemption recap. You said this is a new pay per view. Why the hell is it 4.5 hours?
Hey, brother, these things 3 hours for a pay per view. Well, if you put them together, it's 6 hours in total. But yeah,
for one night, 3 hours is a sweet spot. It's perfect.
I think 4 hours is fine. I mean, 4 hours for one night is fine. Now, I don't know, 4 hours for 2 nights, that's probably pushing it. But, well, honestly, like with these short matches, I would maybe take 4 hours for both nights because with all the commercials and stuff. But night two, we kicked off with the number one contender match. It was supposed to be Sami Zayn and Finn Balor, but then the newly reappointed SmackDown GM Nick Aldis came out and he said that he's going to throw a little curveball. He's going to put Gunther in the match, but he also said it wasn't just one person. He's throwing another person to make it a fatal four-way, and that would be the returning Kevin Owens, who we last saw him in Elimination Chamber last year, 17 months on the shelf dealing with a neck issue. And, surprised there's a little bit of rumblings, I think, beforehand, but nothing official. Great to see Kevin Owens back, one of the best, nice guy, and he ended up winning. He pinned Sami.
Has he only been gone a year?
Yep.
Yeah, because the timetable for his injury was like 5 years, they were saying. Damn, that's crazy. Hey, man, look, I love Kevin Owens, man. Kill Sting Kill, one of my favorites. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And just Sami Zayn selling it, the shock of it all. Kevin Owens going balls to the wall, man, with the flips and everything. And then the hug in the middle with those two, and then they just started going at it. All in all, Kevin Owens stunner on Sami Zayn. He is the number one contender for the WWE Championship. Kevin Owens and CM Punk, that's gonna do some good business. Kevin Owens was on the post show. Big E, saying he almost fucking cried. He's caught up on the mic. Kevin Owens said, "I'm going balls to the wall. If I only got 2 years left, it's gonna be a hell of a 2 years, but I hope to do it for much longer." Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he also shouted out Rebel. Seeing her battle with ALS was inspiring and kind of put him to try to come back. So, shout out Kevin Owens, like obviously one of the good dudes in wrestling, and he doesn't really, he's going to shout people out who deserve to be shouted out, even there's no WWE connection.
Yeah. Well, I want to say this, man. I love how like the wrestling community is kind of coming together for Rebel right now, man. Shout out to everybody that's been doing this. So Mickey James did her ice bucket challenge over in Minneapolis. Rebel, I hope she's recovering well. I hope she's being treated well. Hope the pain is easing. Yeah, man. Shout out to Rebel.
Yeah, and AEW's doing a Rebel Heart show, I think I think it's like in September. So whenever they come to Georgia, they'll be doing a show for her. So that should be a good time.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so I mean, this one only went 8 minutes 30 seconds. I mean, it was fun while it lasted. I wish they were given more time, especially with so many bodies in there and so many great workers.
Yeah,
It
they went
was
15.
it was a fun time, but just kind of too short, I thought, for them to really like get to that
Oh,
next
the
level.
whistle. Oh, sorry, wrong. Too short.
Yeah. Shout out Too Short. Yeah, it was perfectly fine. Then we had Baron Corbin and Trick Williams
Come on.
defending his United States Championship. If you want, they do have a video of Booker T doing the Trick Williams thing because he was on radio.
WWE radio.
WWE radio, of course. This one goes 9 minutes 5 seconds. Lil Yachty was there. He was involved. He was too busy. I don't know what he was doing. He got distracted or something, and where Baron Corbin audibly have to yell at him to get his attention to do the spot where he had to attack him at the ropes.
And
so
then
not a
he
good look.
missed the table, right, or something. And then
Yeah, not a good look for Yachty. And once again, Trick Williams. I mean, he's a babyface in this scenario. I think overall it's kind of muddled of what exactly he stands for. If what line he's on, but. This was not a good look, I thought, for Trick. I mean, it's Baron Corbin. I know Phillips is number one fan right now, but the crowd was not really into it. It's still Baron Corbin. Trick Lil Yachty is beating up Baron Corbin for Trick Williams. It's like not a good look, I think, and I think Trick kind of needs to ditch Yachty.
Get rid of Lil Yachty, and it's all right. Look, shout out Baron Corbin, man. I know he's gonna get rid of that fur title. Yeah, man, come on now. Because I said, man, like if he came back and just lost, it was dead in the water. But he needed the win, so we'll see what Baron Corbin is going to do as the United States champion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll surprise us. I think character work, he's fine. In ring wise, and Trick, his in ring work is good when he has like a fantastic wrestler in there, like Ilya Dragunov or oh my gosh,
Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes. So, with Baron Corbin, it's going to be an uphill battle, and hopefully Trick doesn't kind of fall by the wayside because, it is what it is. But check the tape. I was saying Obafemi over Trick Williams a couple months ago or last year. I ain't so crazy now, am I? But yeah, it was fine. Then we had the women's ladder match for the interim WWE Championship. Tiffany Stratton, Lash Legend, Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, and Chelsea Green, who ended up winning in a surprising fashion. This one went 13 minutes 5 seconds. They were all over the place. I mean, I think Tiffany Stratton might be MVP of this one. She was just bumping her ass off. She was all over the place. She was flipping. She was taking power bombs on ladders. She was diving off ladders and stuff like that. Shout out Tiffy. But then Chelsea Green, she, basically everyone just beat each other up. They cleared the ring, and then she sits up like the Undertaker after being beat down on the ladder, climbs it, and gets the win.
Hey, man. I saw somebody on Twitter was like, "Oh, she beat her husband to a world title." I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy." Shout out Chelsea Green, man. I mean, somebody who's followed her career since she was on Tough Enough in 2015 to Laurel Van Ness and everything she's done, man. Really shout out to her. And I saw her on the post show. She dedicated it to Michael Hayes. If you know, you know. Michael Hayes thought she was just, or he said it on Unreal, just there to make the other girls look good. Now she's world champion, man. Congratulations, man. Hell yeah, dude. Congratulations to her. Really. I've been a fan of hers for quite some time, and I'm glad she's gotten this moment.
Yeah, the decision for her has nothing to do with her talent. I think she is super talented. She's, kind of in a low level character, but she's made the most of it, and I think she's gotten over more than anybody would have expected.
Unreal helped too. Like obviously her talents are immensible. Like, but if she's given 30 seconds, she makes the most out of it, bro. And like even just like when I went to SmackDown, I was taking away like Chelsea Green's she's really cool, bro. She's good, man. Hope to see her do something. Then here we are.
Yeah, but my thing is, I feel this came out of nowhere, and they didn't really I thought set the groundwork for her to win. I mean, she on SmackDown she lost to the baddies, which are like the lowest level on SmackDown, and I would assume they had the idea that she was going to win before that, and I thought they, can you build her up a little bit or kind of try to tell the story of her trying to go after the championship? Like, this one just kind of feels like, okay, yeah, we're just going to book it because it's fun. We'll get You Deserve a Chance. It'll be like a fun moment, but we're not going to like try to tell a cohesive, coherent story. And to be honest, I would not be shocked if we don't get Chelsea Green and Rhea Ripley, because like it does that match doesn't make any sense. And so like I think
Chelsea beats Rhea and keeps the title.
Now you can tell like a Mikey Whipwreck type story of her like being a joke to start, and then she kind of gains her confidence and she kind of turns a little bit more into a credible threat. But like I said at the beginning, like why weren't they kind of laying that groundwork before this match? So I can believe they can do something with this, but thus far they haven't shown me that they have the ability or the desire to do that.
It's out of nowhere, man. Anything can happen in World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, but I think she's unfortunately like this once again has nothing to do with her as a talent. I think she's really talented. I just don't think she's going to be holding that title for much longer.
I mean, hey man,
prove me wrong.
If she drops it on SmackDown, nobody can ever take it away from her. She was world champion,
and it's only the interim title.
Hey, have you seen the internet? They said to hell with interim. She's the women's champion.
Now, how does that work? So, let's say she does lose it. Does that mean she was never a world champion?
No.
Or is that like an asterisk? There's like a.
How does it work in UFC? Can't they say they were the champion?
Interim? I believe it always says interim champion on it. They never say unless you are the linear unified champion. You're not like the actual champion.
Well, I think whenever Rhea Ripley comes back, they'll have the match. I think Chelsea Green should beat her. Because and this is another thing. Like Rhea, they could have just like taken the title off of her, and then they could have done this, and then because like Charlotte has 14 world titles. Rhea gaining another one would have been like 5. It would have been cool. Would have been all right.
Then we had Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio, Human Monies on a pole. It went 6 minutes and 50 seconds. So
really,
that still felt maybe a little too long.
That felt like a while. I thought this was like 12 minutes.
We had the mini Housens come out. We had Torito Hausen doing some impressive spots. JD McDonough
bumping his ass off.
I mean, he was bumping his ass off, but he was also looking like Andre the Giant against all the mini Housens.
And he was kicking the hell out of one of them.
I don't know if he's got heat with them or something, but he was giving it to him. Then Dominic got cursed. He takes a bump with some pyro, and Danhausen wins. Good for him. And then he did the Andre the Giant spot where he takes the money out, and this $1 billion corporation just had real $1 bills and fake Danhausen $1 trillion bills or something.
Bro, it's $1 trillion. You know what you can buy with that in this economy? Shoot, come on now. What happened after this?
Then we had the penultimate match of Chad Gable and Penta for the Intercontinental Championship.
Come on.
Penta loses in 11 minutes, 10 seconds. Chad Gable is the new Intercontinental Champion.
What did I tell you when he lost that match versus match was going to happen?
He was going to cook, and he was going to be Intercontinental Champion. Look where we are now.
His wife, his children, his mother and father all in the ring. Shout out Chad Gable, man. He finally got there. This is another guy whose career we followed, man. From NXT, the Jason Jordan, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Roode, all the incarnations. He even mentioned it on the post show, like Shorty G. There were some really dark times in my career, but I kept my head up and I kept pushing and I kept going, and here we are. Now he's Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I thought the match was good. I thought they were getting somewhere, and then similar, like I said, to the Gunther Aldis thing, out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, but submission by Gable to get Penta with the tap out. And I thought the match, like I said, this one, I think it deserved more. There's 33 minutes in the main event. I'll talk about the first half of it. They could have gave these guys at least 7 minutes and 7 more minutes. Let them do something like I'm not saying they got to go 20, but at least give them 15 or 18.
I thought it was going to be semblance or resemble Penta's debut in WWE. You remember that match? And Gable is over, but I think he can be way more over if you let him wrestle, because I think that is his calling card. Yes, he is better as a character than he used to be, but
for him, I think to really get over is to have really good matches, and you can't have really good matches in 11 minutes.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, you can have good matches, but I just don't think you can really like have those like turn the tide, get people like really behind you type matches, which I think they could have. And Penta, I would say Rey Fenix is maybe the better wrestler, but Penta can have really good matches too. And I thought they were in like the perfect spot to kind of deliver that show stealer or whatever you want to call it type of match. And I just didn't think it lived up to it. I thought it could have been something, but it just was not given the opportunity to. Like they made the most in the 10 minutes, but it should have been a lot more.
Yeah, I agree. It should have been more. But congratulations to Chad Gable. All right.
And also they ruined the sentimental moment of him and his family by bringing out a goddamn root beer dog at the end.
Okay, so yeah, I thought like, is that like a Minnesota mascot? I was like, no, that was like a mug root beer? Like they got this dude chugging mug root beer of all root beers, mug. Look, I've had to drink mug, but it's not been my first choice. I'm a Barks boy. But yeah, man, I was like, all right, okay. Hey, got to get your sponsors over, man. Got to get your sponsors over. You told those stop stamps on those chairs.
Yeah, it's I will say I didn't watch the first night live. I watched a little bit on delay, so I was kind of able to get through the commercials. But night 2 was the first ever WWE show I watched like live, like with commercials and everything, because I watched on ESPN. Because now on YouTube TV, you get ESPN. So
yeah, you just got to go through some sign up stuff. But yeah, you can.
Yeah, so I decided.
Were you not watching on the VPN?
I was watching night 1 on the VPN. And so then I decided night 2 to watch it on ESPN just to see what it looked like. And this was the first time ever I watched a live WWE show, and it had like all the commercials and everything.
Were you off on Sunday?
I was off on Sunday.
Could have just came to the watch party, bro. Come on now.
I'm sorry. It's on me. Hand up accountability. But yeah. Anyways, main event time, Philip.
Yes, it is for the heavyweight championship of the world. Over a decade plus of lore. The OTC Roman Reigns versus the visionary Seth freaking Rollins. Rollins, it starts off Sierra Hotel Echo India Lima Delta Shield. And then he sees the visual of Rollins in the Shield gear. Then it burns, and then he walks out in his Buzz Lightyear inspired gear. He was wearing a Shield mask, and then Roman Reigns comes out there with all the aura in the world. Yeah, man, if this is it. This is going to settle the score. And they did. Roman Reigns defeated Seth Rollins in a championship match. No help from anybody. Yeah, man. This was everything it needed to be. I'll say it. I'll say it right now. When they went to the outside, they both hit each other with shield bombs. Roman stealing from Seth's arsenal, buckle bomb, curb stomp. Seth hit a pretty damn good spear on Roman Reigns, and just Roman, like before it was over, he was talking to him like, it's always been you and me ever since FCW when Terry Taylor was bitching at us. It's always been you and me. We were the ones that stayed here. Come on. And then they just went after it, man. And it was great, man. It was great. Roman wins. He's talking to the camera. Seth's just sitting there looking sad. And then Roman sits down on the opposite turnbuckle and he gets up and he says, come here. And then not even that, bro. Hold on. Them paying tribute to Dean Ambrose, John Moxley. Seth hitting Moxley's clothesline, Roman hitting dirty deeds.
There were a few veiled shots at him, though. Talk about how in the entrance, these two guys never ran away. They stayed with the company and whatever. Then there was another point where I think even Roman, well, I don't know how you want to read it. But like Roman talked about him running or about him leaving.
Well, on the post show, we said a lot of guys left and then we stayed. We held the fort down. But yeah, I mean, they did. What you call it, bro? Yeah, man. Roman tells him to come here. Seth gets up, puts that shield mask in the middle of them. They do the fist bump.
It was a beautiful homage to their friend and partner, Kurt Angle.
Yes. Have you seen Kurt Angle? He tweeted. Have you seen?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Look, man. As a guy who, I wrestle in tactical boots for a reason. Shield. It was when they debuted, man. It was hot and it was popping. And they didn't have the real run that they could have, and but when it's hot and when it's at its hottest, that's when you kill it, right? I thought it was beautifully done, man. It was a great story told. And then Roman Reigns, he had that chair, man. And then he that's the key piece. That's what brings it all home. He had that chair and he looked at it and Seth was waiting on it, but he put it down. He's like, "Nah, we're gonna finish this like this." Like, cause he remembered it cost him. It cost him everything. WrestleMania 40, hitting Seth with that chair cost him 4 years of hard work. And so like, nah, like he finally got over the trauma of being hit in the back with that chair. So that there too, man. Just a lot of good stuff in this, man. I'm very pleased with it. I watched it live, obviously, but then I went back and watched it again and just really pick up on some stuff. Shout out to Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. They did the damn thing.
I thought the match was kind of a tale of two halves. I thought the ending was really good. The spots, the story, the callbacks, and everything really good. And the crowd was super hot, and I thought they were into it, and it was great. First half, I thought they were just very. You can call it methodical. I thought it was laborious, like aura farming, taking way too long in between spots, milking the moment.
Yeah, that's what
The crowd wasn't really into it. Like, I think they were like trying to go for the "this is awesome" chant before the match even started. Now, like going into this, I just didn't feel like the people really care that much about Seth and Roman. I think the match, the card just kind of shows that. Like, they made match night 2 not that strong compared to night 1. And the ticket buying audience showed that they care more by night 1 than night 2 in terms of how many people showed up. And the crowd wasn't very hot for the beginning of it. But then once the big spots started happening and all the S.H.I.E.L.D. lore started happening that we all knew was going to take place, then they were into it. And that's why I'm like 3 of the matches on here were under 10 minutes, which is just insane for your third biggest show of the year if you want to make it Royal Rumble. But like one of your tentpole events and you have so many matches go so short and then you have this one go 33 minutes that didn't need to be that long. Like, take out 10 minutes and can we spread the wealth around to some other people if you have to pay your corporate overlords for these commercials? Like, I was not a fan of the very beginning, but luckily they landed the plane. But it took us 33 minutes to get there, which I didn't think it needed to be 33 minutes.
It needed all the minutes. It should have been 50 minutes. The two biggest stars of that era, man. They had to settle the score, man.
The war to settle the score?
War to settle the score, man. Yeah, man. I really enjoyed it. I'll give night 2 an A just off of this alone. I was very, and obviously the Kevin Owens of it all. There were some things that made me very happy. The Chad Gable of it. Good business. Good business.
I'm gonna give night 2. I'll give it a B minus. Like I said, I thought like the matches didn't really, I think, deliver as much as night 1 did, and yeah, just not the commercials itself, because there's commercials both nights, but just the lack of time, I thought, for a lot of these matches was pretty astounding. I thought, like, I mean, I still can't get past Penta and Gable going so short, and in the 4-way match at the beginning going so short. Like, what are we doing? But this is kind of what WWE does. They have these pay-per-views and these matches that should be, I feel like, blow-offs and be very big deals, and like they do it for the big matches. They do it for the the title matches, Oba and Brock. But a lot of the other ones, it's just kind of another day at the office.
Mhm. Hey, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
R.I.P. Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I thought SummerSlam was cool, man. They did the damn thing for us. That's gonna do it for Brandon and I. But we'll be back later on this week to recap everything that happened with the fallout of SummerSlam, talk some AEW, anything else that happened in the world of professional wrestling, and we're gonna preview Oasis Pro Reactive because that is going down Friday, August 7th. A lot is going down, man. Thank you guys so much. As always, be safe and stay dangerous. Hey, guys.